When I was in high school and getting turned on to playing jazz, one of the first records I bought was Kenny Burrell and John Coltrane that came out in 1958 originally, and I found an old copy of it. Back then, you know, that was a different universe trying to discover music and learn about music. It was all scattered all over the place in LPs and weird collections and weird stores you'd have to paw through. And that record, it was one I really wore out listening to. And that's where I first really got excited about the way Kenny Burrell played. And it showed me a whole kind of a different avenue, because I had been steeped in traditional music in North Carolina, like Doc Watson and bluegrass, and also blues music like Lightnin' Hopkins. And suddenly, jazz for me was like, it was where classical was welded or processed or mashed up with soul and blues feeling and roots feeling in a beautiful kind of it was just perfect balance for me. Like I was talking earlier about Barrios. Well, when I started hearing jazz like Kenny Burrell, it took that blues stuff, but it like the prism I was talking about too, it had a whole different kind of sensibility and feeling that just meant so much more to me, and excited my deepest soul when I heard that music, and I've always been into it ever since. Now I'd like to talk about Kenny Burrell. In the 1980s, I was playing all the time in a vocal jazz trio in Minneapolis. So there was a Prudence Johnson singing vocals, Roger Hernandez singing and playing drums, and I played guitar and sang, and we had a bass player. So I was doing singing, but also I was having to hold together all the harmony. We didn't have a piano player. We didn't use one because we didn't need one. We was trying to make money too. That was a rich time because there were lots of 5 and 6 night a week gigs to be had, which is something that's very rare these days. Kenny Burrell became a kind of a role model for me because of the strength of the way he plays. He has a very fat sound that comes not just from the kind of tone he likes to play with, but also from his approach, once again, orchestral approach, his choice of how he voices chords. Now here's a nice, that's a very kind of nice Kenny Burrell kind of sound. He would do something like that. This is an E7 chord, but we're voicing it by putting the 7th in the bass. By putting the 7th in the bass, we make it a 7th. Then we're going to slide the shape and keep the E has here on the 2nd string has the pedal tone. Now this also is a nice way to do a turnaround on the blues. You got da 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 ba 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 da ba 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 da ba da ba 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 da ba da da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba ba da ba da ba. But that one move, the ba 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 ba, that's a Kenny-ish kind of move. He likes to work a lot in rich shapes that are in a lot of times here on the lower 4 strings or the lower 5 strings. Another thing he would do is is taking the same shape and voicing a melody with it, using the top line as the melody line to guide it. Another thing that really appealed to me, because I got a blues sensibility, is how Kenny, when he's playing, taking a solo or playing fills, he's always kind of finding whatever chord progression is. Let's take a stock kind of 2-5-1 progression. He always finds where the little blue note, the little blues phrase would fall. See, I'm looking to find all them blue notes there. And so on. You kind of get the drift. That's one thing he did that I really liked a lot and have emulated. And once again, though, he's not just a kind of a R&B guy trying to get jazzy. He's a total jazz guy and master, but he has a beautiful sense of bringing in the blues when he's playing. That's I really love.